In this video, we will discuss the basic pattern of worship in the United Methodist hymnal. We will begin on page 2, where there's a basic skeleton of worship that's listed. Page 3 fleshes out this version, which shows the variety that's possible within the basic pattern. This pattern you may want to use in your worship design project at the end of this unit. So what are the other worship services, 1 through 4? What are the differences? And why are there 4? So we go first to page 6, Service of Worship in Table 1. This gives more detail than the previous fleshed out basic version. This service is easy to follow because it includes all the elements and is very close to the Anglican worship pattern of the Methodist heritage. Notice the scripture lessons from the lectionary. They all have a place. There's the psalm, which could be spoken or sung, and then scripture lesson, hymn, gospel lesson, the sermon, and so forth. Maybe you will want to follow this basic pattern. It does include everything that's needed for worship: prayer, song, scriptures from both the Old and New Testament, and the communion. The Great Thanksgiving is used in its entirety with suggestions for the musical responses and singing. So, we continue on to Worship and Table 2. This is a shortened version of the Great Thanksgiving. It begins with the invitation. And you notice the asterisks of where it is shortened. The Service of Worship Word in Table number 3 is basically special text are given or spaces given for marriage or death and resurrection. We will go to the last service of Word in Table number 4. Here we find, on page 26, here we find the traditional rituals of the former Methodist and former Evangelical United Brethren Church. And we notice here that the language retains the liturgical text and cadence of the centuries-old connection with the historic communion of faith. You will notice words of assurance that are given here. Also, a different set of musical responses.